I love/hate the idea that the existence of the uncanny valley implies the existence of something that looks human but wasn't quite human, and we needed to fear it. If you really think about it, this conspiracy theory is absolutely terrifying. You know, obviously our body and our mental faculties evolve over time to respond to dangers that present themselves to us. What exactly looked human but wasn't that we needed to be scared of? Well, we did evolve alongside several other human species like Neanderthals, I can't say that word, and Dinosaurian. What the hell is this? Oh my god. All right, I think it's making sense now. You know, now that I think about it, the dead thing, that it is kind of explaining it a little bit. Like when you look at a dead body, right? I think there's someone hanging right there. It does kind of look almost like human, but something's off, right? So I guess we're meant to fear that. We're meant to fear death. We're meant to fear. Also, dead bodies just like pose health risks to us as well. So like that could also be another reason. But I read this first conspiracy and I was like, ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Medical knowledge and technology are more advanced than we think, but are kept from the public because they would cut into corporate profits. As a bonus, MK Ultra was not an isolated incident. USA and other governments continue secret tests on their own citizens. They just got better at hiding it. So if you're not familiar with what MK Ultra is, I'll explain it to you right now. So MK Ultra was an illegal human experimentation program that the United States performed. Like, this is documented that it was performed. And what the whole goal was they were trying to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used to alter human behavior. It's pretty scary stuff, and the fact that this actually happened and is documented from 1953 to 1972, 2 decades, is absolutely wild. So what this Reddit theory is saying is that this is still going on, just behind the scenes, and they're hiding it better than they were, 50 years ago. On top of that, they're also claiming medical knowledge and technology are more advanced than we think, but they don't say it. The most common theory is the cure for cancer, that there does exist a cure for cancer, but it would never be released to the public because of the amount of money these health companies would lose. According to this website, treatcancer.com, total cost of cancer treatment on average is $150,000, and that doesn't guarantee that you'll live, that you'll survive, that you'll be completely cured from it. It just is the treatment, the chemotherapy. I'm not saying a cure exists or doesn't exist. I'm just saying that if it was ever to be released, it would, cause these companies to lose a lot of money. Dark forest theory. We can't find any evidence of extraterrestrial life because the smart ones are hiding and the dumb ones have been killed by something else. Now, aliens and extraterrestrial life has always terrified me. Ever since I was a little kid, space and the unknown is just absolutely terrifying. And what this theory is stating, it's a pretty popular theory. The dark force theory is a pretty well-known one. The only thing I don't get with this theory, though, is that if this was true, then how have we managed to survive as long as we have? Because wouldn't we be considered the dumb ones, considering that we're not hiding. We're completely out in the open. Earth is just right there. You know what I'm saying? If someone wanted to come crash a freaking UFO into the Earth, we're right there. Any species capable of interstellar travel is capable of planetary obliteration. So it's safest to just eliminate any species that could develop the technology before they do. I think a more plausible theory is that aliens know we're here. They just don't really care about us. Like, we're not interesting, we kind of suck as a civilization. Why would they care about us? If they have this immense amount of knowledge and this immense amount of technology and they're so far ahead of us, why would they give a shit about us? Explain. Quantum immortality. The idea that every time you die, your consciousness shifts to a part of the multiverse where you would have survived. Now, I want to save this one for last because it's the most terrifying of the 4, and I'm going to talk about it the longest. Antique Anteater says that's kind of comforting. That is not comforting in any sense at all. I found this Reddit post on it as well. Quantum immortality is the single most horrifying idea that will ever exist. Live for thousands and millions and billions of years as a horribly unhealthy quadriplegic. Eventually be literally the last living thing on Earth alive. Can someone please definitively prove that quantum immortality is not true? Because I am extremely horrified by even a 0.001% chance that it might be true. So kind of like an example that I can say to explain this is like, let's say you're riding a bike, right, down a street, and you get hit by a car. You wouldn't instantly be transported into another reality where you're a completely different person. In that scenario, there would be one reality where you did not get hit by the car, and then the reality where you did get hit by the car and died. Your consciousness would then jump from the reality where you didn't survive and jump to the reality where you did survive, because consciousness can only exist if you're alive, obviously. So because consciousness can only ever exist when you're alive, it literally cannot process the death, so it needs to jump to a reality where you are still alive. I mean, this is like that Rick and Morty episode, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these separate universes where you exist, and there's a universe that exists where I take this scissor and I stab myself in the head with it, but then in this universe, I take the scissors and I put it back down on my desk. It's very confusing, very mind fucky, and it terrifies me the most because what comes after death and all that stuff is, to me, the most terrifying. So yeah, I wanted to end off on this one and kind of just get you guys thinking. Like, sorry to you know, yeah.